for meeting with us today, Chief Wade.
Well, you're welcome.
June 20th, 2018. Can you give us some information on the Sachse Fire Department, just in general?
Sure. We have 21 uniformed members. That includes myself. There's one chief. There's two captains in the administration office. Then there's 3 lieutenants that are out in operations. We have 6 drivers, and then the rest are firefighters. We run out of 2 fire stations. We staff a minimum of 8 per day, which would be 5 at Station 1 and 3 at Station 2 as a minimum. When everybody is here, there's no one sick or vacation, then we can have more people there. But we have to maintain 8 people a day as a minimum. The guys work 24 hours a day, and then they work 24 and they're off for 48. So there's 3 shifts. So they come to work about 7 in the morning and get off at 7 the next morning, and the other shift comes on. So that's kind of how the schedule works for them. Let's see,
How long have we been like this instead of volunteer? When did we get?
Oh, the volunteers were not here when I came.
Okay.
So we still have part-time individuals that work just as needed basis. When we have a schedule, they can come in and work. We don't rely on them, but we have openings for them to come in and work and help us when they can. But I'm not sure on the date when the volunteers left out exactly.
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
I know we still have a few around that are still working part-time, but that's about all I know.
Oh, I know. I left out an important part. Is it okay for us to record this interview and use it on our Historical Society website and other media forums?
Absolutely.
Okay, I thought so. What is your full name and what is your position here?
It's Martin Thomas Wade, and I am the fire chief.
And where did you serve right before you came to Sachse?
I worked in the city of Plano in their fire department. I worked there for about 27 years.
Oh, wow.
And it was a wonderful experience. I've got a lot of good friends and all of that from that experience. Gained a lot of experience there. A wide range of things that kind of helped me when I came here.
I bet.
Yeah,
it's a big city.
Yeah, it was pretty big. When I first got there, it was probably about half the size, but it really grew, the past few years. Yeah.
Do you have a wife and?
I do.
Children?
I have a wife, Holly, and of course we've been married for about 13 years. I have 4 kids, and they're grown. I've got two boys and 2 girls. The boys are on the ends, and my youngest boy, he's in college right now.
Are they all kind of close in the area?
Yeah,
Good.
They're all
Well,
within driving range and
Good.
all pretty close.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Well, where'd you grow up? Where were you born?
I grew up in Greenville, Texas.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And I lived there almost my entire life until I came over to the Metroplex for work in Plano. Yeah.
What schools did you go? Did you go to college?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Well, I lived, like I said, around Greenville. My whole
Greenville High
childhood.
School.
So the Greenville Lions, that's where I came from. I graduated out of there, Greenville High School. I was a late bloomer in college, so I had to do that after I got my job and work. So I got my associate's degree from Weatherford College, and then my Bachelor of Science in Fire Administration through Columbia Southern. So I'm working on my master's through them now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm a late bloomer, but
hey,
I'm pushing through.
Masters, wow.
Pushing through.
Well, what are some of the goals of the fire department? What are you hoping to see in the next few years?
Well, we constantly try to look and see if we're providing the services that are needed. Are we there when we're needed, or are we busy? If it's always a matter of staffing and time. If I have a lot of staffing, then that means somebody can be busy, and I have somebody to still take care of emergencies. So we have to look at all those call volumes and try to see how it's impacting us. So the future will depend on that, how busy we get, what the staffing needs are, because we like to do stuff in the community too.
Mhm.
And we're always trying to be at every event, and
Mhm.
we're trying to play a role and be a part of it, you know.
Mhm.
And so those are the big
And you're in
things.
demand. We want you
Oh, well,
at
yeah,
these
and
events.
we get a lot of requests.
Yeah.
And we try to be at every one of them.
Mhm.
So those are some of the factors that we try to just do what we can.
Mhm.
And we want to do it all.
Yeah,
But, you know, sometimes we just can't.
yeah. What cities do we respond to?
We respond primarily into Wiley and Murphy.
Okay.
They call mostly for mutual aid. It's usually EMS, but we do respond for fires over there as well. We receive a lot from them as well, but from Garland and Rowlett
Mhm.
as well.
Mhm.
Yeah. But EMS wise, Garland and Rowlett, they have a lot of ambulances, so they don't call us very often.
Oh, okay, so
No.
it's Murphy.
Murphy and Wiley mostly, and we run over into there, quite often, but we do reciprocate when we have a fire,
Mhm.
because we just need a lot of people when that comes.
Mhm. Like last week with the lightning strike, was
Yes.
that Murphy and
That-
Richardson?
No,
No?
there was a Murphy Quint there, a Wiley Quint.
Oh,
We had an engine from Rowlett,
oh, wow.
and then our engine was there pumping to them, you know, kind of how it worked out.
Wow.
But, and that's pretty standard. If we do have a fire that is significant, we get those agencies sending folks our way. It's part of our mutual aid agreements.
Mhm. You're protecting the surrounding homes?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yep. And of course, while we were busy on that fire, Garland came in and took care of some other calls throughout the city. And I think Wiley came in from the north as well, once or twice.
That was a busy day.
It was a busy day, unusual,
Uh-huh.
but you know, we have to understand that if we do have a fire, all of our people are busy.
Mhm.
So we have to have that set in place that we have help
Mhm.
coming. Because life doesn't stop just because we're busy.
One fire. Mhm.
Yeah.
How long have you been here, Chief?
About 2.5 years.
That's right,
Yeah,
yeah.
about 2.5. I came as an interim for a brief stint, about 6 months, and then I earned the job. So
Mhm.
about 2.5 years.
Okay. Well, has things changed much in those 2 years?
I've seen a little change.
Uh-huh.
I have. I've seen the city kind of, I guess it was in the process of looking at the future more.
Mhm.
Now there's plans.
Mhm.
There's actually things that are set and guides to keep us going in a good direction.
Mhm.
So yeah, I would say that there have been some changes. Community-wise, no, because that was one of the things that I loved about it was the people. You know, the
Good.
people, because at every event, the community shows up.
Yeah.
And that core community has stayed the same.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't matter what change happens throughout the city as, you know, structures and businesses and whatnot.
Mhm.
You always see the same core community show up for
Mhm.
stuff.
Mhm.
So to me, that has remained the same.
Mhm.
Just good people,
Mhm.
and but the planning aspect has changed, and I
Mhm.
think that's a good thing.
Yeah, more on paper, more plans and
Yes,
guidelines to
yes.
follow.
Absolutely.
Well, how do you see us changing in the next few years?
Well, if things go as planned, you know, then I think the city will become more, I guess, secure, maybe with some financial stability on some issues, on some edges of
With
the
more
community.
commercial development?
Maybe some more development.
Mhm.
I think that has to happen to be sustainable.
Mhm.
And we have those places, we have the plan, we have the people trying to push and get that done.
Mhm.
And I think it's going to be good. I think we'll see that.
Mhm.
But as I mentioned earlier, that core community,
Mhm.
that's not going to change.
Right.
There's just going to be some more friendly faces that come in. So
Mhm.
I think that's going to be a positive thing.
Mhm.
I
And
sure do.
I do see that Sachse somehow has retained somewhat of a small town
Yeah,
feel.
yeah, yeah. And you see that when you go to the events.
Uh-huh.
Because like I said, that's where the community shows up.
Mhm.
And you see the same community.
Mhm.
And it's just the same good people,
Mhm.
you know. So I don't see that changing. No, I really don't.
What special events come to your mind in Sachse that you do? Like, what's your favorite event to attend?
Well, the newest one was that Christmas extravaganza.
Yes.
Because we had a ball in the
Uh-huh.
fire department with that. Because, you know, we were involved in a lot of stuff. You know, we got to carry Santa, you know, as we traditionally do.
Mhm.
Well, we got to create the tunnel of lights at the fire station.
Yeah.
That the kids got to ride through and see, and we got to decorate their helmets. We had a ball with that.
That was really nice with the whole
Oh.
campus.
It was. I think to me that was a really good move, and that's my favorite event.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy all of them. I like to do the 4th of July, the red, white, and blue blast. We get to splash the kids down.
Yeah, they love that, the
They-
splash down.
Yeah, so that's always fun. And of course, we have the pancakes with Santa stuff, and we get to go do stuff at the library. I get to read to the kids, and they pretend to enjoy what I'm reading. So I like that. That's good. But
They do like that.
yeah, little things like that I enjoy. The petting zoo that they have.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go hold a potbelly pig last time, and it was fun. Kids really enjoyed that. Yeah. But no, I think all the events are usually fun. But yeah.
Well, you're right. Our campus does. It is so inclusive because you're just right by the
Oh
library.
yeah, there's opportunities for us all the time.
Yeah.
We're right here, and the guys, they're always willing to do whatever we need. It's just a matter of if somebody has something they need, they're there. Half the time I might not know what's going on, and I look out and they're out there doing something.
Well, you started that new program with the reading, so you go to our elementary schools a lot too.
Yeah, Captain Nappage came up with that, and it's been it's been successful. The librarians love the involvement.
I
And
bet.
And then, of course, the kids, we pick them up in the morning, the winters, and we take them home, or we take them to school,
That's amazing.
Yeah, and they really enjoy it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, just the attention.
Oh, yeah.
It's great.
Well, and the thrill of riding in the fire truck.
Not many people have that.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
That's a huge reward.
Yeah. But they've really embraced that, and they've helped us out. The librarians have been tremendous on that. So that's been the success of the program, is us initiating it, and then them being supportive,
Oh, yeah.
and the kids doing it. So
Yeah.
it's been
We do
successful.
have nice principals and great
Yeah.
interaction with our city and our elementary schools. Well, all of our schools.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't had a bad experience in any of them.
Mhm.
It's been, like you said, very fortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good folks.
Mm-hmm. What's a way that the community could help the fire department more? Is there anything you can see that is
Well,
needed?
Not really. I mean, we're pretty visible.
Mm-hmm.
We're here.
Very.
We're here if anybody needs something. But if there's a need, we'd want people to let us know. We don't want to miss something that's not happening.
But how can we help you? Is there any?
I will tell you one thing. It is kind of goes back to the reason that I was in the fire service in the beginning is, I've kind of lived my whole life trying to live up to the trust that the fire service has.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, like during the social media spats and things that go on, people tend to throw stuff out there that they may know about, they may not know about, and sometimes it erodes some of that trust. And for me, if I could get people just to come to me and get facts and the truth, instead of building things up and letting people run with it,
Yeah.
boy, that would be a tremendous help.
Mm-hmm.
But
So you're accessible. All they have to do
I'm
is
here.
Yeah.
Just give me a call, text me, email me. I will try my best to answer the questions.
Well, you are visible. You're everywhere. So.
We try to be,
But they can call.
Yeah, but if the community could help me out with that, and when they see that kind of stuff, to say, have you asked Chief Wade? That's all I want.
Yeah.
That would be a tremendous help.
Okay.
It really would. But that's interesting. You asked that.
Huh. Well, we found that a lot of people we interview, maybe there's something in their life that's been spectacular that's happened. Maybe you met a famous person. Maybe you have a talent that you want to tell us about.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's kind of tricky. I don't really have a lot of talents. I used to sing when I was little, but I think most people did. I'm pretty well traveled. I've been to a lot of places.
Oh yeah? You've been lucky enough to travel?
I've been very fortunate traveling. my wife and I were married in St. Lucia.
Oh,
It was
wow.
a kind of a little paradise wedding.
Oh,
It
neat.
was perfect, you know. And
Aw.
I spent a lot of times in the woods. I love to hunt and
Hunt.
fish and do all kinds of things. And
Well,
I
that's,
was charged by a bear one time. So that
Oh,
was that
my.
was something that not many people might have experienced.
and lived through,
Yeah, we came.
unscathed.
We came to an agreement, and he stopped, and I was glad, and then we went our separate ways.
What state was that?
It was in Colorado,
Wow.
yeah, and it was an experience, but scary
Yeah.
as I've ever been, but it was.
It wasn't Smokey Bear.
It wasn't as friendly looking, but we came to an agreement, and I was glad that he stopped, and
Oh, yeah.
we backed away and did our thing. But so that's something. Otherwise, I've just been very blessed. Family, friends, and this opportunity is one as well. So
No, we're
just
so
very
glad to
blessed.
have you. We're so glad you got to come to Sachse from Plano.
Thank you.
We're glad we stole you away from
Still
Plano.
here. Well, I'm proud to be here.
Well, good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Wade.
Yeah.